I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
The fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk.
Lil Durk just dropped a bombshell message about his freedom, and fans are going crazy. Lil Durk has responded to his updated release date announcement with a powerful message for his fans. The Chicago rapper made it clear that he won't be surrendering early. He's confident about his return. Durk expresses determination to come back stronger, sending a hopeful message to his supporters who have been eagerly awaiting his freedom.
The PC. Hey. Hey, I respect your mom forever. The PC.
All this momentum started when his attorney, Drew Finling, filed a motion for Lil Durk to move to house arrest, sparking DJ Vlad to say, Lil Durk has a real chance of winning his case. Remember this tweet? For context, multiple reports claim the federal side appeared unsettled in court, and there's still uncertainty about the specific charges, if any, they intend to pursue against Durk.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case. Some of the evidence that they wanted to use has actually been withdrawn so that the judge didn't have to exclude it. When they bought this case, they said the conspiracy started in August 2022. That's when Durk arranged to get these rentals, these flights. That's when he made arrangements for the bounty. Then they switched that and they said, actually, the conspiracy started back when Von November 2020. And here's the big one. When they charged Durk, they said in the indictment about the bounty that at the direction of defendant Durk Banks, defendant Wilson, that's OTF Didi, would pay the bounty or monetary reward to the That's gone.
Here's where it gets interesting. Lil Durk's position looks stronger after prosecutors added a backup charge widely viewed as a last-ditch move when the main case looks shaky. In legal terms, it's a Hail Mary, a fallback they reach for to salvage a result if their primary arguments don't land in court, signaling they may be bracing for a difficult trial.
Also added a fallback charge. So when they bought the case, the original indictment, there was no stalking charge. In the second superseding indictment against Durk, they added a stalking charge. And the stalking charge is important because it doesn't require any contract. No quid pro quo, no bounty, no payment theory. You can add that charge and simply prove that, hey, he was telling people to go do this. He didn't necessarily pay them to go do a, but he was telling them to go follow that guy. He was telling them to go stalk that guy. And a jury can look at it and say, a lot like in the Diddy case, that, hey, not exactly sure here. Very, very, very suspicious individual over here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the lesser charge. And so, when the government puts in that fallback charge later in the case, that tells you that they're not 100% sure.
However, once the court session wrapped up, something unexpected started to stand out. Despite all the positive updates circulating, not a single rapper from the industry publicly showed support for Lil Durk. That silence didn't go unnoticed, leading Durk's team to post on his IG story. Crazy how you gotta wait until it gets dark to see who's really with you. Even DJ Academics pointed out that after the arrest, many artists quietly distanced themselves from Durk, shifting their attention toward NBA YoungBoy in search of relevance and momentum.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free... not Smirk. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the... I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up.
Reports of prosecutorial uncertainty led to another delay in Durk's case, potentially opening the door to a defined House arrest release date. According to court coverage, the next setting is now Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. Meanwhile, 3 co-defendants in matters often linked to King Von moved to sever their cases from his, widely seen as a win for Durk because it limits guilt by association and keeps the jury focused on him rather than the alleged conduct of others.
That's what Diddy did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Diddy to hire. Diddy's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hiring nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
However, some investigators now speculate Durk may have offered money to certain affiliates to split their trials. Media coverage cited DJ Academics claiming an alleged associate told a cellmate, reportedly an undercover informant, that Durk paid him to respond to the passing of his brother, D-Tang. These remain unverified allegations.
He gets locked up in a cell and they give him a cellmate. He tells his cellmate who he murdered, how he murdered him, the homie he did the murder with, and who was supposed to pay him for the murder. Thank you. Come again. Perfect. Got him. So he confessed, essentially. He's talking to a cellmate. Listen to how he's talking to his cellmate, chat. Yeah, I had the standard, folk. With a 60 round in that on mic. I let 3 shots out when he first came out. Marty said, yo, wait till he get to the car. I said, yo, tweaking, boy. By the time he get to the car, that's enough time for him to get his pipe. Yo, so now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, tell me more.
That speculation fueled talk that federal authorities delayed proceedings to consider adding another major count. Even so, Durk's attorney, Drew Finling, pressed ahead and filed for release to home confinement. Per reports, the proposal includes strict, round-the-clock on-site monitoring at Durk's expense. Prosecutors opposed, and the judge allowed a broad evidentiary lane potentially, including material related to King Von's Pacinto argue intent.
Testimony and video surveillance surrounding the death of King Von, and the motion to exclude this evidence was denied, meaning the judge is going to allow witnesses to testify about and allow the video of King Von to be played at the trial. And this is important because prosecutors wanted to use this evidence to argue that King Von is the reason or motive as to why Durk offered this bounty on Quando Rondo. And so with this ruling, the jury will get to see and hear about all of them.
Filing suggests 2 reasons for allowing that context. First, when King Von passed, some rivals publicly celebrated online. Prosecutors say that reaction could speak to Durk's state of mind and a desire to respond. What's your take on the court admitting this background?
When you looked at King Von getting, how did you feel, considering the animosity between you guys up to that point?
Like my real first action, thought, I was happy.
You're happy?
I was happy.
When you heard that, considering the back and forth that y'all have had in your own ways, how did you feel?
So I kind of happy.
You were happy?
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, seriously, I was though. It was up. That, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. For all the people I
Second, the court permitted limited use of certain lyrics. Prosecutors point to lines referencing pressure to stand up for Von, linking them to a Durk interview with DJ Academics, where he acknowledged that public pressure himself.
You get triggered by the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mention a song. They be like, they be saying slide for Von. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
Because Durk discussed it on record. Prosecutors say he clearly knew about the chatter and later echoed it in official releases leverage they hope to use to suggest motive. They also highlight lines about ignoring online back and forth and taking matters offline, pairing that with subsequent media coverage to frame their theory. The defense disputes these interpretations, and none of these claims have been proven in court.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While a lot of people believe lyrics can't be used in court, the reality is that he can, just not very often. And when it actually happens, it usually becomes a serious issue. In this situation, Lil Durk's legal team would push back, arguing that the process isn't balanced, especially with the judge allowing prosecutors wide freedom to present their evidence. At the same time, concerns have been raised about Durk's current conditions while in custody. Reports state that his legal team requested a status hearing, claiming he's been held in a special housing unit since August 29, 2025, without proper due process. According to those filings, Durk is kept in a very small cell for most of the day, with extremely limited communication, restricted access to basic privileges, and minimal outside contact. It was also mentioned that his placement was initially linked to possession of an unauthorized device. Even others in the facility reportedly had little information about his situation, leading to growing concern from people close to him who believe the circumstances are unfair.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
Because of everything unfolding around Lil Durk, DJ Academics even went on to say that when Durk eventually comes home, fans shouldn't expect the same version of him. According to Academics, situations like this can change an artist completely, mentally, and emotionally, especially after going through intense legal pressure and isolation.
Let me tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm gonna tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming, nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others, y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, your Gunna's a snitch. I can't Gunna. Man, f that. I don't care. I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but...
At one point, things were actually starting to look positive for Lil Durk inside the courtroom. With the evidence his lawyers presented, a house arrest release was beginning to feel very possible. But just when momentum seemed to shift, prosecutors stepped in again with a major reveal. They introduced a 2022 photo showing Durk posing with a large amount of cash on his bathroom counter. While it may look like a normal flex picture to fans, prosecutors are interpreting it very differently. They are now claiming that in 2022, Durk allegedly placed a major financial incentive connected to Quando Rondo. According to their argument, that image was used as proof that money was available and ready, and they tied it into claims involving travel arrangements and coordination during that time period. This development quickly went viral, pulling even more attention from across the rap industry.
Primo, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out.
So
this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction?
that
what type of police is
been
this?
alleged to have ordered them.
This?
Free smirk though,
Free
man.
smirk. But also, maybe
police. It's a platform. There's some police.
needs to sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that.
Well,
How did investigators even get access to something like this? Just 48 hours later, new details came out suggesting that someone from within allegedly provided access to a phone, which exposed private group messages and conversations. Reports also mention that federal prosecutors are exploring additional claims involving tensions connected to King Von's situation. They plan to bring in testimony from a witness who claims Durk gave certain directions. The case files reference internal disputes and disagreements, which adds another complicated layer to everything. Even WAC 100 reacted publicly, speaking about the situation and the idea of people turning against Durk.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
You missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so
that's co-conspirator too.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of them is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they...
That led many to question why certain individuals would even come forward at all. But reports now suggest that one of the key figures may have already started cooperating. Court updates show that this person is no longer listed under Bureau of Prisons custody, which often indicates some form of release or agreement. Allegedly, messages surfaced where this individual discussed trying to secure a deal to reduce potential sentencing, calculating possible outcomes, and expressing concern about going to trial. In those messages, there were also references to other situations where people face serious consequences, showing just how much pressure is surrounding the case right now.
I'm going to give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm going to tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? This was his exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? Yeah. I got bankers. that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told.
With everything becoming more complex by the day, the entire situation feels unpredictable. Despite all the twists, there is still a strong possibility that Lil Durk could receive a house arrest agreement sometime in 2026. Even people close to him, including his own family, believe that outcome is still very much on the table as the case